Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Finger Guns. Today I am here with just a base and brows on, which admittedly looks really weird. Why, Nicole? Why would you do this to us is probably what you're asking yourself, and the reason is because today we're going to play palette bingo again, and if I came on here with the final look, hello, it would ruin the surprise. You guys have probably already seen the finished look anyway, just because I probably went on my Instagram story with it on, but you know what? Let's keep a little bit of the element of mystery. You know what I mean? So for today's palette bingo, I am going to be diving into the Nabla Cutie palette. I recently did a video with the most recently released 3. If you want to see that, I will link that right up here on the screen. I also have a review of the original 2 as well, if you're interested in that. But for this video, I figured these were perfect because they're in the current zeitgeist. You guys are thinking about the cutie palettes because the Nabla ones just came out. And because there are 5 palettes, we can set it up for a really easy bingo session. So fittingly enough, I took the Cutie Collections box and I put little pieces of paper in it. Each one of these pieces of paper starts with a number. The number corresponds to the palette in the collection because they are numbered 1 through 5. And for each one, I put a letter A through F so that way we know which color to take from said palette. So for example, Cutie palette number 1 is the nude palette. So if we pulled 1A, we get this color right here. Make sense? Easy enough. So I'm going to pull 5 different colors from that box. As I pull them out, I'll swatch them on my arm so we get a picture of what we're working with, and then we will build a look with whatever it happens to be that I pull out of there. Last time we did this, we came in with the last color saving our ass, so hopefully we get a good variety this time. I always get nervous that I'm gonna get 5 ugly shimmers. Not that any of these shimmers are ugly, but if you put I would say any 5 shimmers together, they're probably going to look ugly, and I have a deep fear of that happening, so cross your fingies for me. Before we start pulling letters and numbers out of this box, please go ahead and leave a like on this video because it's very helpful to me and I would really appreciate it. If you are newish around here, go ahead and subscribe because I think you would have a good time and I would like you to be here, and because I will come over your house and give you a high five as I run by through the street. That's not true because I don't know where you live, and for privacy reasons I don't want to, but I would give you a high five, though. I would. Also, I wanted to treat myself because I've been fiending for some Starbucks or some kind of a coffee that somebody else made me and I haven't been able to get one. So I took a cold brew and I put whipped cream on top, and now it's all mixing together, and I'm gonna tell you what, it's delightful. All right, let's jump into this little box or big box. This box is actually way too big for the number of papers that are in there, but let's dive in there, pick out 5 shades, and see what we're working with. All right, I'm gonna try to just do this blindly because if I look into the box, I'm gonna be able to see what's in there because they're not folded, and I don't wanna cheat. So I'm just gonna do it like this. What do we got? 3A. So palette number 3 is Cutie Platinum. So A would be this deep brown shade, Tenebra, which, holy shit, we already lucked out because as we discussed last time, if you have one matte deep shade, I think you can make anything work. So this is the shade Tenebra. I'm going to just swatch it on my arm. As usual, my arm swatches are atrocious, but you know what? We're just getting a picture of what we're looking at here. Okay, next. What do we got? 4A? Are we just gonna pick the first color from every palette? Yep, that says 4A. So number 4 is the Cutie Metropolitan palette. Great, we have another dark brown. Fuck. It's essentially the same goddamn shade. Cool, can't wait. It's a lot warmer than the last one, so we can make that work. It's just not super exciting yet. Okay, you know what, Nicole? Don't get ahead of yourself. But maybe we'll get some variety in here. Okay. Color number 3. 3B. All right, so back to the Platinum palette. B is the shade Gem System. We're getting a very cool brownish look so far. I actually quite liked that shade the last time I did a look with that palette, so that's, a nice thing, I suppose. All right, that's what the shade Gem System looks like. We are off to a very neutral start, my friends. Next color, 2 All right, at least we're picking from a new palette on this one. Palette 2 is Cutie Coral, and A is the shade I Got You. So we have a color. That is the shade I Got You. I feel like I have lint in my armpits from my sweatshirt that I was wearing, and now all you guys are looking at it, and it's disgusting, and I'm sorry. Last one. We've got 5A. Why do we have so many A's? This is ridiculous. 5A. 5 is the Wild Berry palette, and A is the color Incense, which is not at all exciting. Not even a little bit, quite frankly. Right there. I mean, it's not a bad shade. It just, it didn't spice things up at all. All right, I'm gonna take a second. I'm gonna lay all of these out in front of me so that I can see what I'm working with more easily, and then we will make a look out of what we've got going on here. It's not, it could have been more exciting. It could have been more exciting, but you know what? That's the challenge. Well, here we are. It's time. There are so many great colors in these palettes that I'm looking at that I'm not allowed to use, and it's making me... But anyway, I'm going to take my BH number 6, and I'm going to start with the shade Lord from the Cutie Metropolitan palette, which was shade 4A. So I'm going to go into, I guess the crease area would be a good place to start with this. I'm going to start packing that in. Oh man, that's dark. Oh, lordy lordy. Get it? Because the shade's named Lord. Okay, wow, I'll see myself out. I suppose it's a good idea to pack down quite a bit of that shade. Maybe flick the end out just a touch, you know, make it flattering. And then grab a clean blending brush and start blending the edge. I may need to go back in and add more of this, like as I blend it away, because like if we blend it enough to make it be a deep shade but also a transition, usually you lose a little bit of the pigmentation from like the center part, you know? I don't really know where I'm going with this look, so I'm not being super careful about how much I get onto my lid. Worst case scenario, I could just turn this into a cut crease and we won't even know that was ever there. The best way to deal with like a really like too dark for a transition shade is to just kind of work with it in stages, you know? So many times when I reach over to get brushes, I wind up like breathing directly into the microphone with my nose, and it's like I have to cut out like dog sniffing ASMR. Tell me this ain't exactly how a dog sniffs, okay? You're welcome. I'm gonna grab my Nabla cut crease brush and a little bit of the lighter shade of my concealer, and I am gonna go ahead and cut the crease in the center here. Wait a second, not quite yet, hold on. I'm gonna grab a pencil brush. I'm gonna clean it off because that looks like it has some other eyeshadow on it. And I'm gonna go into the shade 3A, which is Tenebra from the Cutie Platinum palette. Pack that on the outer and inner corner of the eye because that'll just make for an easier cut crease shape. I'm also going to grab a Sigma E36. I'm going to go into that same shade and I'm going to use that to deepen up the color that we put through the crease because you know what, why not? Okay, now I'm going to take my Nabla cut crease brush, that concealer, I'm going to do a center cut. I maybe should have done an inner corner cut, but whatever, we're here now. I'm cutting above my natural crease with my eye open to make sure that you can see it when my eye is open. I feel like a broken record saying that, but if anybody's new around here and don't know that little trick, could be helpful. And I'm gonna cut out a good portion of the lid with that because I'm gonna try to put 2 colors here because we gotta use all 5 of these motherfuckers. I'm pretty sure that's part of the rules. I'm gonna go ahead and tap over the edge of that with my finger. So around the outer side of that concealer, I'm gonna go into that pewter shimmer shade, which was color 3B, Gem System from the Cutie Platinum palette. And I'm gonna put that right where the dark matte brownish shade connects to the concealer. It'll be like our little bridge color. I'm gonna grab my MAC 242S because this is like a nice flat packing brush. And I'm gonna go into the 2A shade, which is I Got You from the Cutie Coral palette. It's a shimmering pink, so we're gonna get some color in this look. And I'm gonna pack that over the remaining area of the concealer. Will I be able to blend this with the pewter shimmer? Maybe. The great thing about this palette bingo challenge is that it really forces you to use some interesting combinations that you probably would never fucking choose on your own. And you would be like, oh yeah, I'm not choosing that for a good reason. But then you gotta make it work. And like, I don't know, things come together and sometimes they're beautiful. I'm just blending that pink again with a little bit more of that 3B shade Gem System. Huh, that's actually not bad. That's not bad at all. I concealed and powdered, and for the waterline, I'm gonna grab, appropriately enough, one of the Cupid's Arrow stylos from the Cuties collection. This is the Arrow number 2. This came with the Platinum palette. And I'm gonna use that through my waterline because it matches the colors that we used for the most part. And also, I really like the way these work on the waterline. They're nice and smooth and easy to use, and they wear pretty well. I'm definitely not gonna be wearing this all day because all I'm doing after this is working out. So, doesn't matter, but for the record, do like them for that reason. I'm gonna take my Luxie 141 mini and I'm going to buff that in under the lower lashes to help it blend, and that'll give a nice little spot for us to put down some more color. I'm actually gonna take that same brush. I'm gonna go into shade 4A, Lord, from the Metropolitan Cutie palette. And I'm gonna go ahead and buff that into the lower lash line and connect it up into the top. And for the last color that we need to use in this look, we need to use the shade Incense, which is 5A from the Wild Berry Cutie palette. So I'm picking up some of that shade on a pencil brush. I'm going to wet it with some setting spray, and I'm going to use that to highlight the inner corner, in spite of the fact that I don't think that this is quite bright enough for an inner corner highlight, but I'm hoping that because it's contrasted against such deep shades around it, that it'll still read a little bit like a highlight. Huh, funny enough, it's not super bright, but it does gel well with the color on the lid. So I can't complain too much. All right, I finished up my skin and I added House of Luscious Midnight Lux, and I also ate a Quest protein cookie. So like now I have protein cookie in my teeth. So if you can see things in my teeth, that's what that is. For the lip, I felt like it would be appropriate to utilize some of the lip products or the other stylos that are multi-use that were in the new Cutie collections from Nabla. And these are actually from 2 different Cutie sets, but I find that they look really good together, and I've been wearing them together, and I wanted to show you. Because I know quite a few of you told me that you bought all 3, so some of you definitely have this combination on hand. So to line my lips, I'm going to use the Cupid's Arrow Stylo number 1, which came with the Platinum collection. Yes, the Platinum collection. And the lipstick from the Cutie collection in the shade Metropolitan, which clearly came with the Metropolitan collection. I'm quickly realizing that right before I film a close-up of my mouth was probably not the time to eat a snack, but let's hope for the best. And this is the finished palette bingo look. Much like the first time we played palette bingo, I think we managed to squeak by with a pretty decent look, all things considered. Considering the fact that these were randomly chosen shades from 4 different palettes, things could have been a hell of a lot worse. Because you know what? We had 2 very dark matte browns that looked almost exactly the same, and a shimmer that just did not do anything to help the look along at all. Honestly, the saving grace of this whole thing was the pop of pink. Without that, this would have been boring as shit. But again, just like the first time, this was really, really fun. It was challenging in a new way. It made me use my palettes more. And I know a lot of you guys appreciate seeing more content with older palettes or palettes that I've used before. Some of these are fairly new, because it gives you more ideas of what to do with them. And overall, I'm gonna call this a win. Besides the fact that I'm generally a mess today, my hair could definitely use a good brushing, and I definitely have a lot of food in my teeth and some armpit lint, and maybe I could use a little extra deodorant, but you guys can't tell that, so I don't know why I admitted it out loud. Please don't forget to leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it, because it's very helpful and I really appreciate it. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe, because I would love to have you around for future videos. If you want to keep up in between these videos, go and find me on Instagram. I'm at Miss Quinface over there. I keep my stories updated quite often, and that is the best way to stay abreast of what is happening here on this channel. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know, what do you think of the Cutie palettes? Did you buy any? What palettes would you like to see me do a palette bingo with in the future? Because I enjoy these and I think you guys do too, so I think it'd be a good time. Also, feel free to leave me a comment down below and let me know what your favorite type of cookie is, because you know what, I just ate a peanut butter one and it was a protein cookie, so it's like not as good as a real cookie, you know what I mean? But it got me thinking that I think, and I know this is not a popular opinion, but I think my favorite type of cookie might be oatmeal, maybe. You know what it is? It's the texture. I enjoy the texture. But maybe like fuck off with the raisins and put chocolate chips into the oatmeal cookie. Now we're talking. I think that's all for today. I don't know why we're talking about cookies, so thank you very much for watching. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next one.